It is Fleet Week here in New York City, a time when the city honors the proud men and women who serve in our country's armed forces. This year, nearly 3,000 sailors, Marines, and Coast Guardsmen are being honored, and the Chief of Naval Operations, Admiral Lisa Franchetti, traveled here to New York to join in that celebration. She's the first woman to ever hold that position. I got a chance to sit down with her to discuss her historic path to leadership and the challenges that lie ahead for our military. All right, first of all, a little bit of background. So both Admiral Franchetti and I went to the Medill School of Journalism at Northwestern University, and earlier this month we were both inducted into the Hall of Achievement there, which is where we got a chance to meet. We actually sat next to each other, which was such a highlight. She was the rock star there the entire week. So I brought you an NU alumni bumper sticker here. Can you put that on the back of a battleship?
Yes, I will be happy to do that.
Does it work that way?
Go Cats.
Go Cats, exactly. I think a lot of people might be surprised to know that you have a journalism degree. I mean, has that come in handy for you throughout your career?
Yeah, you know, it really has. I went to Medill to become a journalist. I wanted to be you someday. Took a slightly different path after I met our ROTC unit up there and had the chance for free books, free college, and $100 a month. My path changed forever. But, you know, I really learned a lot at Medill that I use every single day. So first, Medill taught me to be curious, taught me to ask a lot of questions, and it gave me an opportunity to learn how to tell good stories.
I think you've taken the right path. I think it's fair to say. I love you were part of the men's crew team there, and we have this amazing photo of you because you were the coxswain, which meant I think this was a sign. You're on a vessel, you're giving instructions to folks. It was kind of a sign of what was to come, wasn't it?
I think it was. You know, I use what I learned through crew every single day. You know, as the coxswain, you're responsible for motivating your team, for training with them, and really building that sense of camaraderie that will take you through any adversity, and in that case, on to victory. So I feel like that was a good precursor to what I get to do in the Navy, which is build teams of great people and get after our mission every single day.
You are a history maker, the first woman to serve as the head of the Navy, the first female member of the Joint Chiefs of Staff. What has it meant to you to break this glass ceiling? What was going through your mind when you were being sworn in, realizing what you had accomplished?
Well, first, it's an incredible honor to have the opportunity to lead this incredible team. You know, there's about 600,000 active and reserve sailors and then our civilians, and I couldn't be more proud of what they do every single day. You know, I don't give a lot of time to thinking about, you know, about being the first, but what I do think about is that this is the last time that anyone will have to be the first to be on the Joint Chiefs of Staff. So, you know, I hope that other folks will continue to be inspired by the opportunities I've had and continue to do all the things that they want to do in their lives.
Do you hear from young women who talk about what it means for them to see you when you didn't have someone like you to see when you were younger?
I definitely do. You know, I've always thought if you can see it, you can be it. It does make it a lot easier, but, you know, I had a lot of incredible role models and mentors along the way. There were many, many women that had a chance to break a lot of the waves, and I was able to follow along in their wake. So I'm very grateful for them and all the trailblazers that I could follow in their path.
It is Fleet Week here, which is, I think, what brings you to New York, a chance to celebrate our military. What goes to your mind as far as the value of Fleet Week, the significance of it? Why is it so important to you?
Well, Fleet Week is really important for two reasons. First, you know, a lot of folks really don't get to see our Navy all the time. If you don't live near a coast or a Navy base, you may not know all the many things that we do all around the world, you know, to preserve the peace, to be ready to respond in a crisis, and if necessary, fight and win decisively in war. I think that lets our American people see their Navy, get a chance to talk to our amazing sailors. And the second part is it gives our sailors a chance to come to great cities like New York. We actually just started Fleet Week LA yesterday as well.
That's a great place to do it, too.
So plenty of opportunities for our sailors to see the great culture, meet great New Yorkers here, and really enjoy everything the city has to offer.
You've acknowledged their recruitment is an issue for the Navy right now. What do you hope to do to try and change that?
Well, you know, we look for talent in every zip code in America. And I like to think about the 150 different specialties that people can do in our Navy. I just created a robotics rating because I know folks are interested in that, but we also have cyber warriors. You can drive a ship like me. You can be on a submarine. You can be a doctor, a nurse, nuclear engineer. You can really find anything that you want to do in the Navy.
What worries you most about what's happening in the world right now? What's always on your mind when it comes to dealing with just current events?
Well, you know, our nation's a maritime nation, and our security and prosperity really depend on the sea. You know, 95% of trade and our economy, travels on the world's oceans. And, you know, I'm really focused with our team on making sure that the rules-based international order stands. And so as you look at what our ships are doing down in the Red Sea right now, you know, they're working with 20 other nations through Operation Prosperity Guardian to help the free flow of commerce through that critical waterway. And that's really important. So I think about that every day. Again, I think about always being ready to provide options to our nation's decision makers when something comes up.
Not only have you succeeded in the military, but you've had a family. You've found this way to have balance in your life. What do you want to say to younger people who look at you and want to follow in your footsteps?
There's a great quote from Admiral Nimitz that talks about, you know, learn all you can, do your best, and don't worry about what you can't control. And I think that way you are always open to different possibilities. When I was going to Northwestern, I wanted my life to be a little bit like I-95. You know, start in Maine, go to Florida, straight line, you know what's going to happen at every exit. And but life is more like where I live, the Potomac River. It meanders around, there's eddies, you get stuck in, lots of different branches. And if you're just open to all the possibilities that life offers, I think you get the experiences you need. And then when a door opens, you're ready to walk right through.
You are a great example of that. Admiral Franchetti, thank you so much for your time. We appreciate it.
Thanks, Joe. Great to see you again.
Thanks for watching. Stay updated about breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or follow us on social media.